ISAK with a knock, Gabriel with a season-ending injury, and the double game week of 33 and the blank game week of 34 finally confirmed. A lot has happened since I clicked that wildcard button, but in today's team selection video, we're going to take a look at how I could line up for game week 31. So let's waste no time and jump straight in to today's team selection video. Here we are with today's team selection video. Of course, a few issues have popped up from the midweek fixtures, but my team still looks really strong going into game week 31. And this week, I'm not captaining Mo Salah. It's a bit of a different week. We tend to captain Salah every week because of how good of a season he's been having, but you'll see later in the video who I've picked as my captain this game week. Of course, I am on the road to 1,000 subs on YouTube. We're super close to 700 after a really great deadline stream earlier in the week. So if you're new around here, feel free to hit that subscribe button for future FPL content and deadline streams. But kicking things off with the defensive line, we've got the double up on the Newcastle defence with Kieran Trippier and Nick Pope. Now, we know that Kieran Trippier had a little bit of a groin issue within his last fixture. I still think he will be available for this Leicester fixture. Hopefully, we get some positive news later down the line regarding his situation. But, you know, with the injuries that Newcastle already have in those positions, Kieran Trippier really needs to be available for this game. Of course, Nick Pope seems to have this goalkeeping place locked. Dubravka's really not getting a sniff. I really thought he would, to be honest, with some of the mistakes Nick Pope made early on when he started coming back from his injury. But Eddie Howe seems to have good faith in him, and so do I, for this really great Leicester away fixture. You'll see Gabriel is on the bench there with that red flag. He had an injury within his fixture. It seems that it's a lot more serious than we initially thought. I initially thought maybe a few weeks out and he might be back for the double game week, but it seems that the entire season now Gabriel will not feature for Arsenal. Of course, we still need to wait on that, but it seems like he's going for surgery on his hamstrings, so fingers crossed he gets well soon, but I don't think I'll be using him anytime soon in FPL. Guardiola finishes this 3 at the back system with a Manchester United away fixture. Manchester United have really been poor this season, so hopefully City can be the ones to kind of put that nail in the coffin to really end Manchester United's season on a really bad note. But yeah, Guardiola, he either tucks in as that third centre-back or he has the licence to get forward. Fingers crossed he has that licence to get forward, because when he does, he gets really, really involved attacking-wise. He has a lot of goals this season and really gets in really great positions for Manchester City when he's allowed to go forward. On the bench, we have Henderson, Lewis Dunk, and of course Gabriel with that red flag. But let's move on now to the midfielders section of the video. A midfield 4 of Salah, Eze, Palmer and Semenyo complete the midfield this week, with Ismail Assar taking a seat first on the bench yet again after benching him in game week 30. Of course, we're looking to the double game week for that triple Palace to be popped, and of course that bench boost chip as well. It's looking really great for game week 31. I will have to transfer Gabriel when we get to that, but we'll speak about that in future videos when we get closer to that deadline. Salah, of course, only getting 3 points against Everton in his last fixture. I did captain him. Maybe I should have went a bit more differential and went someone like Marmoush or Evan Nielsen in my team. But nonetheless, we're on a green arrow. I really can't complain. And hopefully Palmer with his fixture tonight against Spurs can add to that green arrow, so I can really start climbing up to the higher ranks after a long and strenuous climb from 2 million from around game week 12. Eze, again, a little bit disappointing. I suppose all of the Palace assets really disappointing against Southampton. We expected big hauls from these type of players, but nothing really came from it. Semenyo, another player where nothing's really came from a really good Ipswich at home fixture, but I still have faith in him with his data and the amount of shots he takes. Fingers crossed he can get something against a really poor West Ham away side. But of course, you will notice the captaincy armband isn't on Mo Salah at the moment. I'll go into the forward section now and explain who has the captaincy armband for game week 31. Completing the team here with Marmoush, ISAK and Evan Nielsen. Of course, all of these players did pretty well in game week 30. Evan Nielsen almost saving the game week with his goal. I'm super glad I went him over Jean-Philippe Mateta, because I did believe Jean-Philippe Mateta just wasn't at full fitness and ready after seeing him only getting 65 minutes in an FA Cup fixture. Super happy I took the risk, and hopefully it pays off as we go further into the next few game weeks. Marmoush, of course, doing quite well against Leicester, which gives me faith in my captaincy pick in Alexander Isak this game week. Of course, there is a sort of flag on Isak at the moment with that small issue he has. Again, fingers crossed we get some positive information from Eddie Howe. He's not the most honest person, we'll say, in press conferences. He doesn't give too much away, but you know, with the position of Newcastle in the league, they're going to need as many points as possible from these last few games to really keep up pace with City all the way until the end of the season to guarantee a Champions League place in the Premier League. I suppose across the entire team here, yes, there are some issues, but Gabriel is really the main issue in my team, and I can just hide him on my bench for the time being and transfer him out maybe in a week or two when we can target some more double game week fixtures. Of course, we have had game week 33 confirmed as a double game week for a few teams, and of course followed by a blank game week in game week 34. So things are looking really nice for the wild card for game week 30. Hopefully this team can score pretty well and keep me on that streak of green arrows going into the back end of the season. But this is my team selection video for game week 31. To end all my videos, I'd like to give you guys at home a massive thank you for supporting the FPL Mugs YouTube channel. Of course, if you have enjoyed today's video, make sure you drop a like, and if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and click that sub button for future FPL content and of course deadline streams. But that is everything for today's video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.